Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 30th Anniversary Ruby Awards. It's a delight to be able to join you as we celebrate another year of hard work, hard-won victories, and amazing achievements by the members of the San Diego Housing Federation. My name is Stephen Russell. I'm the Executive Director of the San Diego Housing Federation, and I'm pleased to be here to host this very special event. Needless to say, we're disappointed not to be able to gather together in person as we have in past years. For most of us, this event has always been about more than just recognizing achievement. It's been a great gathering of our affordable housing family. Among our strengths, the Federation serves as a convener, and while we're not in the same room together tonight, we are all still part of that larger family, and I'm delighted that you are here today to cheer your colleagues on. The Ruby Awards take their name from one of literature and film's greatest classics, The Wizard of Oz. We all remember Dorothy's ruby red slippers, those glittering shoes that with a few taps could transport our heroine back to the home she knew and loved. If only it were so easy today to tap our feet and give every San Diegan a place to call home. However, it wasn't simply the sparkling shoes that brought Dorothy back to Uncle Henry and Auntie Em. Our heroine relied on the support of mentors and friends to battle wicked witches, false wizards, flying monkeys, and most importantly, her own anxieties and uncertainties. Now, luckily, there are no wicked flying monkeys in San Diego, at least none that I'll name on camera. But we do face seemingly insurmountable obstacles that we somehow continue to overcome when we work together. Scarecrow's wisdom, Tin Man's heart, Lion's courage, they all had doubts that kept them from realizing their true selves. But we know, because we made it to the end of the movie, that they all had these desired qualities inside themselves the whole time. Working together, they brought out the best in each other, liberated the people of Oz, and got our strong female lead back home to Kansas. With the help of the friends she made along the way, Dorothy Gale was able to learn that truly, there's no place like home. Today, and every day, we honor those in our community who have made home a reality for residents across San Diego County. Tonight's nominees are the friends and mentors that we all yearn for as we travel down the yellow brick road together. We recognize your wisdom, your heart, and your courage as we celebrate the transformative impact that affordable housing has had on the lives of so many San Diegans. For all of those who are building, preserving, advocating for, living in, or working within the affordable housing community, thank you for all that you do. On behalf of all of the members of the San Diego Housing Federation, we offer congratulations to all nominees tonight. All are worthy. And to all of you here tonight, thank you for being here to support the Federation and for supporting the creation and preservation of affordable homes. The Emerald City wasn't built in a day, and we know this all too well about our own San Diego City and County. That the efforts we are all making today are ensuring the development of economically viable and stable communities for years to come. Now, our work would not be possible without all of you here tonight, and tonight would not be possible without the generous support and contributions from over 40 sponsors. So I'd like to take a moment now to recognize all of our sponsors. You can find a full list on the Federation website. Your support is truly appreciated and invaluable in the realization of tonight's programs. We are especially grateful that all of our sponsors stood by the Federation as the event, date, and format became uncertain. Your continued support made this event possible and helped the Federation to continue our important work on behalf of this region. Finally, we'd like to extend a very special thank you to our title sponsor, Chase Bank. Chase has been a key supporter not just of the Federation, but more importantly, a major investor in affordable housing throughout the San Diego region. Here tonight to represent Chase, let's welcome the West Division Manager of Community Development Banking and Commercial Banking with Chase Bank, a dear friend, Cécile Chalifour.
Hi everybody, I'm Cécile Chalifour, West Division Manager for Chase Community Development Banking. It is my pleasure to join you all in celebrating the San Diego Housing Federation 30th anniversary. The Federation has been a powerful voice for affordable housing. They work tirelessly with determination and thoughtfully to bring the right solution to create opportunities for all communities across the region. We're very proud and have been very lucky to be able to support them over the years. And we are very much looking forward to working together for years to come to achieve even bigger dreams for the region. Happy anniversary!
Thank you so much, Cecile, for being here, and to Chase Bank for your invaluable support and for being with us tonight. So now, let's get on with the show. Tonight, we honor and celebrate those who have done exceptional work in pursuit of the Federation's mission. There are 13 categories of awards, each representing a different facet of the affordable housing sector in San Diego. As we present each category, I encourage you to visit our website to find a full description of each of the nominees. Our first award is sponsored by Sun Country Builders. To present this award, please welcome Peter Bridge from Sun Country.
Hello, it's great to be with you at the 2020 Ruby Awards. Sun Country Builders welcomes opportunities to positively impact the lives of the residents of the communities that all of us build. And this year, we're very happy to sponsor the Outstanding Resident Leader category. Candidates for Outstanding Resident Leader are residents of affordable housing communities and have played important roles in promoting the creation of affordable housing or in enhancing the lives of other residents. The nominees in this category are Bruce Karen, Talmadge Gateway. Bruce Karen became a senior homeless advocate 3 years ago. He had himself gone through a long and challenging period of homelessness, and fortunately he found housing through a permanent supportive program. Since then, he's made it his mission to give a voice to the voiceless, and he's carried his work to the San Diego Union Tribune, to 10 News, and to the Homeless in San Diego podcast. The second nominee is Elia Huerta, La Costa Paloma. Elia has an exceptional reputation in the La Costa Paloma community. Not only did she create her own small food bank to support neighbors in need, she's also fostered better communication in her community by creating a message group which alerts residents regarding important events. Elia is a Resident Leader Academy graduate and hopes to become an advocate for her community and for affordable housing. The next nominee is Jason Parnell, Atmosphere. Jason has given hundreds of hours to providing food to the residents of Atmosphere. He goes out of his way to make others' lives better. His dedication and charity work have brought a sense of gratitude and unity to the Atmosphere community in general. He's the go-to person at Atmosphere. The kids know they can count on him. He's the heart of the community. And our final candidate, Guadalupe Regalado, Manzanita. Guadalupe is a member of Community Housing Works Resident Leadership Academy and a longtime resident of the Manzanita community. She's always eager to jump in and help with community projects, and she recruits her neighbors to also become leaders and advocates in their community. Congratulations to each nominee in this category. Your commitment to lifting others up is inspiring not only to me, to your fellow residents, and to everybody who works in affordable housing. And the Ruby goes to Jason Parnell. Congratulations, Jason. Thank you to all the nominees, and thank you to everybody who's here.
Thank you to Peter and Sun Country Builders. These have been unprecedented times with the coronavirus and its impact on our affordable housing sector and our residents. So we'd like to take a moment and acknowledge the helpers along the way. next Ruby Award is sponsored by Wakeland Housing Corporation for the category of Outstanding Service to Residents. To present this award, please welcome Tracy Davis, Resident Services Director from Wakeland Housing Corporation.
As a former recipient, I am thrilled to present this year's award. The Outstanding Service to Residents Award goes to an individual, employee, volunteer, team, or program that has gone beyond the call of duty to make a difference in the lives of residents. The nominees are the Lease Up Team from The Beacon. The Beacon team gave care and guidance to 44 residents who moved into the supportive housing community in 2019. The Beacon's Lease Up team was able to ease residents' transition from homelessness and provide a soft landing for them to rest, recover, and find stability. Bridge Housing Management Team at Celadon. The staff has taken a client-centered approach to the goal of providing secure, livable, affordable housing with volunteer wraparound services that promote residential stability and self-sufficiency. In the last year, the team was able to show their residents that they have a voice by accommodating residents' requests, promoting community, and supporting the continuity of care for individuals who have been diagnosed with a serious mental illness and were homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. Remy Gaither. In the community, Remy goes out of her way to help people in need by organizing clothing and food banks in her current position as Supportive Housing Program Manager at Interfaith Community Services. She volunteers at Eleanor's Place for Women, helping previously incarcerated women find their way back into their families and communities. Judy Ann Jones. Judy Ann Jones is committed, hardworking, and always looking to help make Community Learning Center students more successful. As an active community volunteer, she has supported and assisted the center with many services to include homework tutoring, one-on-one reading, events, and collaborating with other residents to ease parents' concerns about the major educational shift in their children's learning and the community. The joy she shares with our youth is evident. Veronica Lagler. Veronica consistently delivers high-quality work. Her commitment to service is reflected in all that she does and within the relationships she holds. She has cultivated respect in her CHW affordable housing communities and, most importantly, has worked to develop new methods in the organization and with her residents. She has also been instrumental in providing support to the on-site resident services coordinators as a financial coach. Leticia Lill. Leticia Lill embodies an endless devotion to the person across from her. Leticia manages the resident services team at the City Heights Community Development Corporation, maintains the budget, plans trips, travels between properties, juggles countless resident concerns, enforces fair housing, and is constantly implementing new programs that make life better for her residents. Most beautiful of all, though, is Letty's relationship with her residents. She knows them well, and they know her. She can barely walk through an apartment complex without being stopped repeatedly for hugs, conversation, or a shoulder to cry on. Lizzie Pata. Lizzie Pata has been delivering services at Laurel Tree Apartments for a relatively short time. However, she has made a tremendous impact in building relationships with residents. Lizzie embodies a philosophy of inclusiveness, compassion, and gratitude, having fostered collaborations and was recently featured by National Conflict Resolution Center for her success in a full house bystander challenge workshop, among other similar trainings. She has truly made her residents feel like a family community. And Robin Strickland. Robin Strickland is a caring, thoughtful person with an infectious laugh most cannot help but gravitate towards. She has a gift for transforming challenging circumstances into positive outcomes. With her thirst for creating a happier and healthier community, she influenced change in the residents' moods, minds, and hearts. She listened and responded to problems, provided interludes of fun, and smoothed misunderstanding, whether between residents themselves and property management. She brought stability to the residents' lives by establishing structure, expectations, and giving them hope. There are so many nominees in this category, all of whom are worthy. This category received the greatest number of nominations of any, and that's a remarkable reflection of the importance of the human services in what we do. The selection committee had a difficult time deciding. Congratulations to you all. The Ruby for Outstanding Service to Residents goes to Robin Strickland. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tracy. And now, to present the next group of awards, please welcome the President and CEO of Affirmed Housing, Jim Silverwood.
In the category for Outstanding Development Partner, this year's nominees exemplify what it means to be a partner who has provided outstanding support on an affordable housing development. In this category, we congratulate Allgaier Construction. Allgaier General Contractors is a local family-owned business that has worked with most of the major affordable housing developers in San Diego to complete numerous developments, including previous Ruby Award winners, Talmadge Gateway, and Hotel Churchill. They are an impressive team of highly qualified and knowledgeable employees from the office to the field who work together and with other team members on the job. Over the years, the company has demonstrated qualities that make the firm an outstanding development partner, including the ability to deliver high-quality projects, a solid reputation for integrity, and now a dedication to the affordable housing sector that has led to the establishment of a new charitable foundation. Congrats, Rick, Grant, and your entire team.
Allgaier General Contractors is excited to have been nominated for Development Partner of the Year at the 30th Annual Ruby Awards ceremony. I am honored to be accepting the award in my new role as President of Allgaier General Contractors, as my father, Rick Allgaier, enjoys his retirement. A special thank you to Wakeland Housing for nominating Allgaier General Contractors for this award. Additionally, thank you to our other clients and design professionals. It truly takes a village to build these projects. Of course, none of this could be possible without the hard work and dedication of the entire Allgaier team. I know they are just as excited to receive this award as I am. Once again, thank you, and we look forward to working with you in the future. I hope to be clean-shaven and have a haircut by then.
The Innovations Award nominees encompass new and interesting ideas in housing or services. This award was introduced 2 years ago, so we are pleased to be continuing this new tradition of celebrating innovative thinking and design in affordable housing. And the nominees are Monica Bell. Monica is a 40-year resident of San Diego and 20-year volunteer for vulnerable and homeless populations. She is currently a residential realtor with Pacific Sotheby's, formerly in broadcast sales with Clear Channel, and management at Nordstrom, and serves as a volunteer and advocate for many local nonprofits. Community Health Improvement Partners. This year, Community Health Improvement Partners helped secure stipend funds for Community Housing Works, Lakeside Resident Leadership Academy, to advocate for community safety and walkability. They convene trainings covering topics such as social determination of health, community organizing, communication with law enforcement, and more. They are engaging residents at the grassroots level of health and housing. They have supported CHW through the RLA program to get residents of affordable housing to take immediate action to improve their quality of life. The County Board of Supervisors. San Diego's County Board of Supervisors, with its forward-thinking and innovative leadership, has deployed numerous tools to address the severe local need for for affordable housing and to combat homelessness. The board's establishment of the Innovative Housing Trust Fund, a $50 million affordable housing fund, is bolstered by additional board-approved programs and initiatives, including the use of surplus county-owned land for future affordable housing and other programs. Further, the board voted to support an application of more than $1.4 million in state emergency funds to address homelessness. With these actions deployed in conjunction with the IHTF, the Board of Supervisors is comprehensively and deliberately addressing homelessness and affordable housing. Elder Helps Home Share. Affordable housing issues persist throughout San Diego County. One of the best long-term solutions is Elder Helps Home Share program. Elder Help's goal is to bring relief to low-income residents and seniors in the county, but the program actually addresses a broader swath of adults who need financial relief and stable housing. Every housing need is an individual one, and the sustained support from Elder Help staff is a unique approach. The innovation of Home Share has endured for many years and promises to fit the needs of San Diego seniors for years to come. PSH Lease-Up Team, the San Diego Housing Commission and San Diego Regional Task Force on the Homeless. In 2009, the San Diego Housing Commission and the San Diego Regional Task Force on the Homeless worked collaboratively to improve the supportive housing lease-up process and shorten the time it takes to move someone experiencing homelessness into their new home. The innovations that these two agencies put in place will have long-lasting impact on the affordable housing sector in San Diego, making it both easier for residents to find housing and developers to efficiently lease up their properties. And finally, YIGBY, Yes in God's Backyard. Yes in God's Backyard housing is an innovative approach to low-cost, quick construction of affordable housing. It partners modular housing with faith community partners looking to utilize underutilized land or airspace above their parking lots through the use of a platform. And congratulations to all the nominees, and the Ruby Award goes to Yes in God's Backyard. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jim, and congratulations to all of our winners so far. To present our next awards, please welcome San Diego Director at the Corporation for Supportive Housing, Saman Ruff.
The next award is sponsored by Corporation for Supportive Housing. It recognizes the outstanding leadership of an individual or organization that has made significant positive impact on the creation or operation of high-quality supportive housing. Apropos, I'm standing here with the Lion, Scarecrow, and Tin Man, and we all know of the incredible brains, heart, and courage needed to create supportive housing. We also are in a time where we more clearly recognize the impact of systemic racism and homelessness. We know that Black people make up 5% of the general population in San Diego, but 22% of people who are unsheltered in our community. Pathways out of homelessness and access to housing are so critically important to achieving social justice. And we applaud these supportive housing leaders in San Diego who create high-quality housing and new opportunities for tenants. And the nominees are The Beacon. The Beacon is a high-quality supportive housing project that not only ends homelessness for 44 adults and transition-aged youth in San Diego, but also provides a home filled with the supports that enable tenants to thrive. The Beacon's tenant-focused support prioritized design and operational details that make an incredible difference for people moving from the street into housing. A record-setting 3-day lease-up and units filled with resources that demonstrate the depth of support for tenants now that they're home. Foundation for Developmental Disabilities in Pacifica at Playa del Sol. People with developmental disabilities want the same things that we all want: a satisfying job and an affordable home in a safe neighborhood. The grant was the largest that the Foundation for Developmental Disabilities has ever made in its 32-year history in support of persons with special needs. There are presently no requirements set to set aside affordable units for the developmentally disabled. Together with Chelsea Investment Corporation and Southern California Housing Collaborative, the FDD is hopeful that this project can be a model for future projects that private and government organizations can utilize to emulate and provide affordable housing for persons with developmental disabilities. Stella Supportive Housing by Affirmed Housing. Through the leadership and vision of Affirmed, Stella has developed a platform that supports residents in thriving. Stella has provided residents with a level of on-site clinical services that have yet to be duplicated in other supportive housing developments in the region. Residents of Stella have been given an opportunity to play a vital role in the Grantville neighborhood, their neighborhood association. It continues to empower its residents to advocate getting their needs met. Vista del Puente. Vista del Puente, a partnership between townspeople and National Corps, is a striking 52-unit affordable and supportive housing development in the Southcrest neighborhood of San Diego. Vista del Puente, so named for its unmatched view of downtown San Diego and the Coronado Bridge, features 38 supportive apartment homes set aside for homeless individuals and families who have a disability or serious illness, with a specific focus on individuals living with HIV/AIDS. A subset of the 38 apartments is reserved for veterans. And finally, Zephyr. Zephyr is a permanent supportive housing community offering 84 apartment homes to formerly homeless veterans who are either chronically homeless or homeless in the city of San Diego. Zephyr's service provider, Path San Diego, provides on-site wraparound support services, including gardening classes, life skill supports, a tenant association group, cooking classes, mental health counseling, community engagement events, computer classes, anger management support groups, walking groups, food distribution, spiritual support groups, and a smart recovery group. Overall, Zephyr is an excellent example of how permanent housing and support services combined can help individuals who have served our country gain stability and reintegrate back into housing. Congratulations to all of the incredible nominees. And the Ruby Award goes to the Beacon. Congratulations to the Beacon team for your fabulous project and Ruby Award winner.
Thank you, Saman. Our next award is sponsored by San Diego Gas and Electric. SDG&E recognizes that home, beyond just a safe place to rest your head, can be an energy-efficient and environmentally sustainable place to live. Representing SDG&E, please help me to welcome Estela de Llanos.
Thank you, Steve. Hi, everyone. I'm Estela de Llanos, Vice President of Clean Transportation, Sustainability, and Chief Environmental Officer for SDG&E. Our mission at SDG&E is to improve lives and communities by building the cleanest, safest, and most reliable energy infrastructure company in America. And today, with everything that's going on, that mission is more critical than ever. We're working hard to serve our customers, even in the context of a global pandemic. We feel a sense of urgency about climate change. We're listening and leaning in to discussions about race, equity, and justice. We're thinking about our role as an essential public service provider and our duty to serve customers safely, reliably, and affordably. And we are focused more than ever on sustainability, which to us means accelerating the transition to a clean energy future in a way that doesn't leave anyone behind. At SDG&E, we also know that an even more basic need than energy is shelter. And as someone who grew up in rent-controlled affordable housing, I can attest to the sense of security and dignity that comes from having an affordable home to call your own. And at SDG&E, we think that a home that is energy efficient is even better. That's why we're so proud to partner with the San Diego Housing Federation and support this award for good stewardship of the environment. The SDG&E Environmental Award this year goes to construction of a new affordable housing development that promotes energy efficiency and sustainability in its design and construction. I'm so honored to congratulate San Diego Habitat for Humanity. Congratulations.
Welcome to COM22. Soon, 11 families will have the benefit of homeownership here in Logan Heights. And now here today we are at the Ruby Awards, and we are really honored to be selected as the 2020 SDG&E Environmental Award winner. Since 1988, San Diego Habitat for Humanity has built over 200 homes throughout San Diego County, providing healthy, stable homes for over 900 people. We've done this with the support of nearly 200,000 volunteers and generous corporate and civic partners like SDG&E. By building to Energy Star standards and by using green building techniques, we ensure that new homeowners can build strength, financial stability, and hope for their families and communities in an environmentally responsible way. All homes are equipped with smart thermostats, energy-efficient Whirlpool appliances, energy-efficient windows, low-flow plumbing fixtures, and low water usage landscaping. We have incorporated the Blue Jeans Go Green program, which means we use insulation made from recycled denim. We offer affordable solar energy through a partnership with Grid Alternatives, and through our partnership with SDG&E, we participate in the Energy Savings Assistance Program, for which our new homeowners qualify. Whenever possible, we build close to transit corridors and job centers to reduce commutes and greenhouse gas emissions, and we educate our new homeowners on energy-efficient repair. Another way we are working to be environmentally responsible is through our ReStores, where the public can find new and used discounted home improvement items. Sales of those items support our mission, and they keep tons of usable items out of our local landfills. Our office building employs energy efficiency, which results in savings that ultimately allows us to serve more families with improved housing. Our parking lot is also a hub for electric vehicles through SDG&E's Power Your Drive program, and we reduce our energy usage during times of high demand. One of the core tenets of our organizational philosophy is to be good stewards of our communities and of our resources. Every day, we work toward providing a better future for those we are privileged to serve. On behalf of San Diego Habitat for Humanity and our hardworking staff who strive to provide energy-conscious programs every day, we thank you for this honor.
Thank you to Estela and to SDG&E. Thank you and congratulations also to our Ruby Award winners so far. It's great to see so many amazing examples of community dedication. And now, to present our next round of awards, please help me welcome a true champion of social justice, County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher.
Thank you for allowing me to join you tonight. It's a pleasure to participate in this year's Ruby Awards. A lack of affordable housing in San Diego was a crisis before coronavirus, and it will be a crisis when the pandemic is over. But we all must continue to fight to help our most vulnerable San Diegans. I want to thank the San Diego Housing Federation for being a vital regional advocate for affordable housing in San Diego. An outstanding advocate is an individual or organization who is raising their voice on behalf of others. This year, the nominees are Andrea Valdez-Brandon. Andrea Valdez-Brandon is a strong woman who has overcome so much to become the esteemed, professional, caring community member, estate planning expert, loving wife, and selfless mother. In seminar presentations, she readily shares her story of personal loss in order to demonstrate the value of the services offered by her company. She is passionate about conveying the importance of planning ahead. Council President Georgette Gomez. In leading the changes to the City of San Diego's inclusionary housing policy, Council President Georgette Gomez has brought her compassion and fervent desire to bring affordable resources to the affordable housing table, as well as her longtime skills as an advocate for improving the lives of working-class families. She negotiated, gathered consensus, listened to stakeholders. Her leadership resulted in key improvements to the program that will serve the City of San Diego as a critical piece of its affordable housing creation strategy for decades to come. San Diego Grantmakers and Andrew Ballister. San Diego Grantmakers saw the potential in the YIGBY, Yes in God's Backyard project, early on through initial seed funding that came from the San Diego Grantmakers Funders Together to End Homelessness, Andrew Ballister of BeQuest and GoFundMe. Andy helped as one of the first leads on this project and helped YIMBY create some potential pro formas that would make sense for the future sustainability and scalability of YIGBY as an organization. The budgeting and finances that would make sense for a church at not cost to them, and the investor-raised capital to ensure that those investors stayed on board with the new model. Sue Reynolds. Sue is a lifelong advocate of affordable housing and social justice. Since her first experience working at a nonprofit serving communities with low incomes, she has made an impact on the sector in so many ways. From organizing affordable housing residents to putting together millions of dollars in financing for nonprofit affordable housing communities, to leading nationally recognized affordable housing developer, Community Housing Works, for more than 2 decades. Sue is one of the founders and dedicated members of the San Diego Housing Federation, supporting the growth and advocacy of affordable housing in this region. Her presence, determination, and leadership have helped change the landscape of affordable housing in San Diego and throughout the state. Tom Thiessen. Tom Thiessen led the initial group of volunteers and advisors towards the first proof of concept project for YIGBY. This project will break ground March 2020 on Faith properties that will provide 16 units of housing that is affordable for San Diego's homeless and formerly homeless veterans. Because of his leadership, years of experience as an advocate for the homeless, and for building affordable housing, Tom has helped YIGBY secure many more units for future projects to break ground on Faith community-owned properties in 2020 and 2021 under the same innovative model. Congratulations to all of our nominees. And the Ruby goes to Sue Reynolds. Tonight we honor the many ways members of our community exemplify providing safe and sound homes to all San Diegans. Whether working deep in the weeds of the California legislative system, providing vital services to affordable housing residents, or offering project development support, we thank you for your efforts. Our next category recognizes an outstanding government agency or elected official that took unusual risk or initiative to support affordable housing and community development. The nominees are the California Housing Finance Agency. Executive Director of the California Housing Finance Agency, Tia Boatman Patterson, has provided leadership of Cal HFA. Her creativity in designing new programs and modifying existing programs, in addition to her penchant for relationship building, are the reasons Cal HFA is able to help so many San Diego residents. City of San Diego Planning Department, Housing Ordinance and Policy Team. Over the years, the City of San Diego Planning Department's Housing Ordinance and Policy Team has brought forward more initiatives to streamline development processes and reduce cost for housing development than ever before. While housing affordability remains an ongoing challenge, the team will continue to listen and learn from all stakeholders across San Diego to address this issue together and develop new solutions. County of San Diego Health and Human Services, Housing and Community Development Services. In 2019, the County of San Diego Health and Human Services Agency demonstrated unprecedented investments of resources and leadership to spur the creation of the affordable and supportive housing efforts. The Board of Supervisors also invested an additional $25 million in the countywide Innovative Housing Trust Fund, while moving forward with 4 excess county properties with leases and RFP processes. Also led the state by being the first county in California to close a No Place Like Home loan. This extraordinary investment of funding and property, as well as a commitment to streamline and shorten application processes, is a testament to the San Diego County's profound commitment to expanding affordable and supportive housing in our communities. Mayor Alejandra Sotelo Solis and the City Council for the City of National City. Mayor Sotelo Solis is a third-generation National City resident, graduate of Sweetwater High School, an alum of UC San Diego with a degree in political science. She is a proud board member of the Suhai Foundation, which provides college scholarships to graduates of her alma mater and serves on the NALEO, National Association of Latino Elected Officials Education Fund Board of Directors. Professionally, Alejandra is president and CEO of her consulting company, La Pluma Strategies, focusing on nonprofit advocacy and grant writing, and is raising her 3 daughters alongside her husband Arturo, Sweetwater Union High School District trustee. Encinitas Mayor Catherine Blakespear. Mayor Catherine Blakespear supports RENA, works with elected officials across the county and across party lines, and has done incredible work in her community to support housing such as with the safe parking lots and overcoming NIMBY opposition. Her newsletters are thoughtful, nuanced approaches to explain the importance of housing. RENA and increased density to leaders and should be seen as a model across our region. Congratulations, nominees. And the Ruby goes to Mayor Catherine Blakespear. Before I introduce the next award, I want to take a moment to recognize how amazing the nominees to these 3 categories have been. The strength of both the winners and the nominees of each of these categories is a great testament to how much work is being done on the ground, on the front lines, to help San Diego residents. After all, it is the residents we're all working for at the end of the day. Thank you again for having me, and good luck to the rest of the nominees. John Craven Memorial Award. Our next award honors a public employee or organization who has taken unique risks or gone above and beyond the call of duty to facilitate the creation of affordable homes in a community or jurisdiction. The award is bestowed in memory of John Craven, a beloved public servant with the San Diego Housing Commission. This year's nominees are Georgette Gomez, Council President, Council District 9. Council President Georgette Gomez is a fierce and passionate leader with a clear voice as an affordable housing advocate. Georgette cut through over a decade of stalemated discussions to successfully update San Diego's inclusionary housing policy and fee, stabilizing and increase critically important resources for the city for generations to come. Leilani Hines. Leilani embodies the spirit of the John Craven Award by going above and beyond the call of duty and pushing for more resources for affordable housing, identifying creative opportunities for partnership, and maximizing scarce housing resources. All of these examples demonstrate Leilani's spirit to find a way to make affordable housing work, and her innovative efforts have expanded affordable housing resources in Chula Vista and the South Bay. And Harry Williams. Harry is the Housing Programs Manager of the City of San Marcos. Harry oversees the city's excellent inclusionary housing program, which is responsible for the production of hundreds of affordable housing units with the on-site build rule or the collection of millions every year of inclusionary housing fees, which are leveraged by affordable housing developers with other funding sources at the county and state level to produce hundreds of affordable housing units. His quiet strength helped to create a stable environment at San Marcos City Hall and throughout the community. He's known for diffusing tension and rebuking myths about affordable housing. He was instrumental in protecting the inclusionary housing program and was responsible for many housing projects and funding. He has a reputation for always receiving unanimous City Council support for affordable housing projects. Congratulations, nominees. And the Ruby Award goes to Georgette Gomez, Council President, District 9.
Hi, this is Council President Georgette Gomez coming at you from my home in City Heights. And I want to start by thanking the Housing Federation, your members, and the many residents that your members get to house every single day throughout the year, and the affordable housing that gets developed, for picking me to be one of your award recipients, to be this year's John Craven Memorial Award recipient is a huge humbling experience for me. I have made affordable housing one of my top issues when I was elected to represent District 9. And there are a couple of reasons why I did that. One is because of the story that I lived through. Growing up, my family was never in a position to have a lot of money. And there was a point in my life where my family had to double up with another family to be able to continue having a roof over our heads. What did that mean to me was growing up in a situation where you had to have two families living under one roof, continuing to fight for that space. As a child growing up, one should be focusing on a couple of things. One is living your best life, having fun, enjoying life, but also learning and becoming a better person as you're growing up and paying attention to your studies. If you can imagine me growing up, a family of 5, and living in the living room was my home for a couple of years, until my parents were able to save up enough money to be able to get a studio. So that's my personal experience to housing and security. So I don't wish that upon any family to be able to live in those conditions. And I'm humbled that my parents had to do what they needed to do to create a safe space for us, for their children. And I'm very grateful for that. But the fact of the matter is that we can do better for families, and we must do better for families and make sure that we're addressing the housing crisis in San Diego, but also the affordability crisis that is starting to bubble up. California, San Diego is becoming extremely expensive. There's greater need for more affordable housing to be developed, and that really got me to really push a strong affordable housing policies now that I'm part of the city council, which led to me updating the inclusionary ordinance, an ordinance that got adopted led by, at the time, council member Tony Atkins, now our amazing state senator pro temp leading the state capitol, the Senate side of the work, a strong champion on affordable housing herself. Very honored to have been able to update her policy that she introduced when she was a member of the city council. We were able to update this policy this year, really reflected on the current economics, but also the current affordable demands that are needed to ensure that we're creating more affordable housing for all our San Diegans. And I really want to especially thank the community members, the organizations that were part of the discussion and getting this update, this critical update done for the city of San Diego. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being a strong partner. And thank you for working with me to get it done and get it adopted by the city council. So now we have a stronger policy, one that will lead to more affordable housing getting developed. And I know that the work doesn't stop now. We still have a lot of pressures and making sure that we're building more housing that is affordable for all San Diegans. But at this moment, I'm extremely grateful. I want to thank the Housing Federation. I want to thank the John Craven family and this award in his honor for doing amazing work in San Diego and being one of the top affordable housing developers. Thank you for this honor. I'm very grateful. And we got to do some more work to ensure that we're building more affordable housing, and just want to stress that I'm a strong partner in making sure that we're building more housing that is affordable for all San Diegans. So thank you so much for this award, for the acknowledgement, and let's just continue pushing forward and continuing to develop more housing that is affordable, that people can live in. Thank you. Bye.
Congratulations to Council President Georgette Gomez, and thank you for your public service. At this time, I'd like to introduce a longtime member of the affordable housing community and one of the earliest members of the San Diego Housing Federation. It's my pleasure to welcome former board president of the Federation and the current chair of the Ruby Awards Committee, Charles Davis.
Hi there, and welcome. I'm Charles Davis. The Housing Champion Award, formerly known as the Lifetime Achievement Award, is the only award exclusively determined by the San Diego Housing Federation Board of Directors. This award honors professionals with more than 2 decades of leadership, innovation, and impact in the affordable housing field. Recipients also embody the values of the Federation, which are a commitment to environmental stewardship and sustainability, collaboration and partnerships across the community development field, and advocacy for the policies that improve the quality of life of families and communities. The Board of Directors from the San Diego Housing Federation have selected my friend Rich Juarez as this year's housing champion. I am both honored and privileged to share with you my thoughts and memories of Rich. Rich and I met some 40 years ago, the days when I had more hair and no glasses. I really can't believe it's been that long. Back then, he was involved in community development and affordable housing and quickly became a mentor to me. He has been active in community development for over a half a century, and even through his illness, his work continued. In one of our last conversations, he confided in me he had no regrets. We should all be so lucky. He grew up in South Crest neighborhood of San Diego, and his heart and soul never left. But he worked all over the county, advocating and producing homes from San Ysidro to Carlsbad for our neighbors who ordinarily could not afford to live here. One of the characteristics I really admired about Rich was his commitment and tireless dedication to making life better for all. And he never put himself ahead of doing for others. He was a man of integrity and always counseled that to build strong communities, you must build strong families. And families are the building blocks of strong communities. So simplistic, almost a contradiction to a man of great vision and intellect. He was incredibly involved in his family's life, from supporting his son Chris in his professional endeavors to spending every Wednesday without fail with his granddaughters. It is fitting and proper that on its 30th anniversary, the San Diego Housing Federation paid tribute to its founders, Rich Juarez and Sue Reynolds. Sue, we love you and we're going to miss you. Sue is retiring this year and we lost Rich last year. We certainly have some really big shoes to fill, and I mean really big. But I am confident the Federation will continue to thrive and be successful. And let's not forget a piece of Rich's life work was the creation of the vision and vibrancy of Barrio Logan. For decades, he worked with residents, community leaders, and city officials to create the kind of community all citizens of San Diego could be proud of. He advocated for housing and businesses to benefit the people of Barrio Logan, and today it's a model of revitalization. Yes, it took decades for his vision to be realized. It was a challenge then, and I would be remiss not to mention the great challenge we have before us now. You know, if Rich was here today, he would encourage us. He would thank us. I think he would say something like, know this, your contributions as you complete the tedious, stressful, and sometimes mundane tasks that produce clean, quality, and stable affordable housing will not go unnoticed, and your labors will be fruitful. So in closing, Rich's work, Sue's work, the Federation work, and your work will have a positive impact for generations of children and families yet born. And this is why we do the work. God bless and stay safe.
Hello, I'm Senate President Pro Tempore Tony Atkins. It is my honor to say a few words in memory of Richard Juarez. Richard was a man who devoted his life to social justice and making his community a better place to live. He had deep roots in Barrio Logan. His parents moved there in the 1930s. He was inspired by his community's activism that led to the creation of Chicano Park, and he became a driving force in the redevelopment of the area. Richard worked for 17 years with the Metropolitan Area Advisory Committee to build the Mercado Apartments in 1994. It was the first new housing built in the area in more than 50 years. He was quoted as saying, "Somebody has to go home and make things right." He was driven by the people of his community, pride in his culture, and the children. And his work lives on today. Richard founded and served as president of the San Diego nonprofit Federation for Housing and Community Development, which became the San Diego Housing Federation. He was a visionary and understood the importance of weaving community and culture into economic development and planning. He was the voice at the table who spoke on behalf of those who needed affordable housing long before it became an everyday phrase. The Board of Directors of the Housing Federation is pleased to honor Richard Juarez as this year's Housing Champion. I am so honored to introduce Christopher, Richard Juarez's son, to accept the honor on his father's behalf.
Hi, my name is Chris Juarez, and I'm the son of Richard Juarez, co-founder of the San Diego Housing Federation and recipient of this year's Housing Champion Award. My dad passed away recently, but true to his passion, he had that project checklist with him right up until his final days. I wish it was him here accepting this award tonight, or that we were both there in person celebrating the inspiring work of everybody who's watching, but our family is very appreciative of this award. When I received word about the award, I had to think, what do I say about my dad's work in just a few minutes? But it came right away to me because I know my dad and what was important to him and what he was proudest of. Besides his granddaughters, there was one thing that was most important to him because it was a story of housing and of home, and that's the story of the Mercado Apartments. And it's a story best told with some pictures as well. So I want to bring up a few pictures. Because when the city changed the zoning of this heart of the Mexican community to mixed use in the 1950s, the polluters rushed in. Scrapyards, metal plating shops, used tire lots, all of it. The decline was rapid. And worse, this was all right next door to homes. By the time the freeway in 63 came through and split the community in two, only 10% of the land here was still residential, and the population had dwindled to a fraction of what it was. Worse, the health rate for kids, the asthma rate, was 3 times the average. I remember walking these blocks back in the 70s with my dad. We'd go to and from his grandma's house, Amador's, El Porvenir for tortillas. Dad would get so mad because this was city and state-sponsored destruction of the community, and it became his life's work to alter that trajectory. In various roles with the city and privately, he toiled on this project for 17 years. As an advocate, as a city planner, a dissenter, and a disruptor. And when the Mercado Apartments opened, it was the first new housing in the community in 50 years. But if you know Mac, you know that this was always about more than housing. From the start, this was about rebuilding the fabric of a community. Dad said, it's a statement to people, especially kids, that this is what our culture is all about. The fact that this belonged to the community was the part that Dad was proudest of. Youth training in the construction trades, childcare and employment services, front porches, gas stoves for tortillas, all of that came out of the community's focus on this project. In the opening ceremony for the Mercado 25 years ago, I remember Dad saying, it wasn't true that you can't go home again. Instead, you have to go home again. One writer that was there described it as an extraordinarily large-scale healing act for the community. My dad was so humbled by that, and it fit his emergent spirituality at the time. He saw this as a shamanistic process. He saw himself as the funneler of the energy, of the vision, and the community would carry it forward as long as he kept pushing it in that way. And that is ultimately how it happened. Through the rest of his career, he worked on projects that brought neighborhood revitalization and affordable housing instead of at the expense of affordable housing, to City Heights, Spring Valley, National City, and Carlsbad. Now, like probably all of you, he knew the risks of the unintended consequence, gentrification. The residents move into this beautiful new affordable housing. Master plating closes down, the junkyards go away, but what happens to the community afterwards when investors see opportunity, when the rent at the Chicano Art Gallery doubles? How does a community transition from gentrification to hentification, promoting and enabling its own members to own the land and the buildings? Not easily solved, since we know change is inevitable, but Dad was passionate about mitigating those impacts as well. There are trade-offs, to be sure. My great-grandma's house on National is now the parking lot for the health center. But when I visit, I can still smell the frijoles de la olla, and I don't smell the chemicals from a chrome plating shop or oil from a leaking drum in the alleys that I used to play in. And for that, I thank all of you, because we know that the passion for affordable housing is inextricably linked to fighting for so much more: environmental justice, food justice, social justice, racial equality, LGBTQ rights. Your work, our work, is more important than ever, and our family is so appreciative of honoring Richard Juarez as part of that effort. That's all. I hope I did my dad, Richard Juarez, justice in sharing these thoughts. I can't wait to see what the next year holds for the work of the people that are out there watching. I know my dad and Dick Bundy are up there working on affordable housing right now, inside the pearly gates, and looking down and appreciative of this recognition. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles, and thank you to the family of Rich Juarez for allowing us to honor Rich tonight. He had a great impact on the lives and careers and accomplishments of many people watching this program. And now it's time to introduce the final awards of the evening. To present the final Rubies, it is my pleasure to welcome a dear friend, one of the foremost leaders and advocates for affordable housing in California, Senate President Pro Tem Toni G. Atkins.
Thank you, Steve. It's my honor to present the nominees and winners in the following categories, which honor the finest affordable communities that were created or preserved in 2019. The nominees for the Housing Project of the Year awards for rehabilitation and new construction were selected for reasons beyond their overall design, complexity, and affordability levels. They were specifically evaluated for the way they make these places home by enhancing the neighborhood and promoting a sense of community for residents. For as we know, community is home, and there's no place like home. In the category for Housing Project of the Year, Rehabilitation, the nominees are C4, San Diego Interfaith Housing Foundation. C4 represents the preservation and substantial rehabilitation of 35 housing units in one of the most expensive housing markets in San Diego County. Receiving nearly $100,000 per unit in hard cost improvements, the buildings and residential units will be used as an asset to serve the lower income residents of the city of Coronado for many years to come. This project represents the fourth affordable community developed by San Diego Interfaith Housing Foundation in Coronado. Vista Las Flores, Wakeland Housing. In 2002, Wakeland Housing and Development Corporation and San Diego Interfaith Housing Foundation opened Vista Las Flores, a community of 28 affordable homes in Carlsbad. The development serves people making 50% to 60% of the area median income, and 3 of the homes are reserved for families with at least one member with a developmental disability. Residents thrived and experienced many successes thanks to the lower housing cost and quality homes. Seeing the value of preserving this precious resource, Wakeland and San Diego Interfaith Housing Foundation embarked on a full-scale rehabilitation of Vista Las Flores in 2019, which brought significant upgrades to the community. And Zephyr Affirmed Housing. Affirmed Housing, HA Builders, and Basis Architecture worked together to convert a rundown Motel 6 and Denny's into a new community that includes 84 units set aside for veterans experiencing homelessness and an additional on-site property manager's unit. The motel rooms were completely remodeled into apartment units with kitchenettes. The former Denny's now houses a light-filled residence community room, computer area with library, TV lounge, and teaching kitchen, which are fully accessible. Path San Diego provides the on-site wraparound services, which include individual case management, multiple classes, health services, and support groups. Zephyr is an excellent example of adapted reuse of a structure past its useful life that creates a vibrant community for extremely vulnerable population. Congratulations to all of the nominees. And the Ruby for Housing Project of the Year Rehabilitation goes to Zephyr Affirmed Housing. Congratulations, Zephyr Affirmed Housing.
On behalf of the entire team here at Affirmed Housing, thank you for this Ruby Award for Zephyr. We congratulate the other fantastic nominees in this category. We are very proud of this innovative development, formerly a Motel 6 and a Denny's, both close by the Grantville Trolley Station. This property was renovated to provide 85 studio and one-bedroom apartments for formerly homeless veterans. The Denny's was transformed into a wonderful space that includes community facilities, property management offices, and most importantly for our residents, the case management offices. PATH is providing the extensive day-to-day services for our residents at this development with support from the local VA office. I'd like to also thank our development team, which includes Basis Architecture, Kimley Horn, who did the civil engineering and the landscape work, and HA Builders, who was the general contractor. And of course, last but not least, our money folks. We would like to thank our funding partners for this amazing $27 million development, which includes the San Diego Housing Commission, who provided capital and project-based vouchers, HCD, who provided the VHHP funding, our tax credit investor, who is Raymond James, and lastly, our private lenders, CCRC and Bank of the West. Thank you very much for this prestigious award!
In the category for Housing Project of the Year, New Construction, the nominees are Blue Water and Stella, Affirmed Housing. Located in the neighborhood of Grantville, Blue Water and Stella offer 160 affordable apartment homes. Located on the same parcel, the adjoined communities have been designed to seamlessly blend with one another and the community at large. Blue Water offers 80 affordable 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartment homes to those who earn 50 to 60% of the area median income. Stella offers 80 studios and 1 bedroom apartments to the formerly homeless, as well as on-site services. In proximity to public transit and the local highways, Blue Water and Stella promote walkability and are in proximity to many amenities. Greenpoint rated, Blue Water and Stella represent innovation in development of affordable housing. Encanto Village, National Community Renaissance. Encanto Village represents the future of communities, addressing challenges of crime and poverty in distressed urban settings. This transit-oriented, high-density, mixed-use, affordable housing community provides 65 beautiful apartment homes for individuals and families with incomes between 30 and 60% of the area median income, with 8 units set aside for homeless veterans. Retail on the first level offers additional opportunities to bring investment and resources to the community. Through creative design and construction and partnerships with the community and city, National Core was able to transform 6 underutilized parcels of land into a thriving community that will be part of this new era of transit-oriented developments across the San Diego region and beyond. On the boundaries of the Encanto Neighborhoods community plan, it will play a huge role in the transformation of this neighborhood as its community. And the Beacon, Wakeland Housing. The Beacon is a supportive housing community of 44 homes for adults and transition-age youth in San Diego's East Village, developed by Wakeland Housing and Development Corporation. The 5-story development is a unique example of creative urban infill, which replaced a small transitional housing facility with a beautiful, welcoming building that honors the site's past use while providing permanent housing and services that help the residents thrive. One of the unique aspects of the Beacon is how quickly the project team was able to conclude the lease-up, moving in 95% of residents over a 3-day period just after opening and achieving 100% occupancy shortly thereafter. The Beacon also brought together project team members to help fund and set up residents' apartments prior to move-in, with a complete set of supplies that made the empty apartments feel like home, including linens, housewares, and a week's supply of groceries. Congratulations, nominees. The Ruby for Housing Project of the Year, New Construction, goes to Blue Water and Stella, Affirmed Housing.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Taylor. Affirmed Housing is so honored by this recognition. Stella and Blue Water was an ambitious pair of projects from the start. 80 units for those who've experienced homelessness, and another 80 units for families, and some of those set aside for homeless families with veterans. We wanted to be sure that we were really meeting the needs of our future residents, and we also wanted to be sure that we were making the best use of this important intersection at Fairmount and Twain in Mission Valley. Stella and Blue Water boasted an incredible team of collaborators, including strong leadership from Councilmember Scott Sherman and the staff at the City of San Diego, who really paved the way for the renaissance currently underway in Grantville. Affirmed is grateful to Studio E Architect and Kettler Lewick Engineering, to Carmen Van and the team at Suffolk. It was a complicated task to fit 2 buildings on a shared podium platform in a flood zone, but they delivered on time and within budget. And we're of course grateful to our finance partners at the San Diego Housing Commission, Boston Capital, US Bank, and CCRC. We look forward to more good work together on projects to come. Affirmed also wants to acknowledge our service partners, Interfaith Community Services and the VA, for the valuable resources they bring to our residents, really helping them to thrive. On a more personal note, I want to thank the Housing Federation for the benefits they've brought to me over my almost 14 years in the industry. I remember my first Ruby Awards back in 2007 and being amazed by the camaraderie that I saw and goodwill that I sensed. That was because of the efforts of the staff and the board of the Federation. So thank you. I feel privileged to associate with you and all my colleagues in affordable housing. I can't wait to build more homes and help more neighbors in need.
Thank you, Tony, for being with us. And to all of you, I hope you had a great time with us tonight. Thank you again to our presenting sponsor, Chase, along with all of our other sponsors for your partnership on this special evening. Thank you also to all the presenters who were able to be here tonight. We appreciate your support. My final thank yous are to Lisa DeMarco Designs for the graphics work, to our supporters and advocates, to our board members, to our selection committee, and to my staff of leaders. I also want to remind you that our 2020 conference, 30 Years of Building Better Futures, will be taking place October 5th through 9th. We hope you can join us there. Thank you, everyone. Be safe, be well, do good. Good night.